Hello, I'm Tom from Gear for Music, and I'm joined today by Dr. Chris from Casio.
Hi, Tom.
So thank you for joining us.
Good to be here.
So we've got the CT-S500 in front of us. So can you tell us a bit more about what it is and what can it do?
Yeah, so the CT-S500 is our top-of-the-range performance keyboard from Casio. So it has a lot of the AIX technology, which we've had for a couple of years now, but lots of new sounds. And I would say the most distinctive thing about this keyboard that we've never really done before is it gives you so much potential to control those sounds as well.
Fantastic. So I can see there's a few sort of knobs here as well that could sort of use as live controllers.
Yeah.
So can you just sort of give us a bit of a talk through and a bit of a demo?
Yeah, okay, so that is one of the main things about this, is we've got two live control knobs here. We've got a pitch bend wheel, and we've also got a modulation knob there as well. And what these do essentially is, as I'm playing, I can manipulate the sounds. So, with our previous keyboards, we had some really lovely sounds, but they were pretty much preset. There was nothing you could really do with them, except, maybe change a couple of little things. But with this, there is so much more that you can do. So, let's choose a sound. Obviously, when you start off, you get a lovely grand piano sound. Which is great. I've got a sustain pedal here as well, so I can, really play this like almost like a mini piano if I want to, but much more as well. And we've got the jog wheel here, which is a new addition to our CTS range, so it makes it much easier now to flick through. The screen is a big improvement over our previous CTX range. So now it's full graphic, it's backlit, it's much easier to see. And I can just flick through, categories of sounds very quickly. I'm going to go over to, let's choose a synthesizer sound. Let's go for synth brass. So this is our classic, what we would call a sort of like an OB analog.
Very reminiscent sound, isn't it? The 80s.
Say the famous one, but you can imagine what that might be. But the live controllers give you an opportunity to then take that sound. I mean, it's great by itself, but what you can do with these, of course, is as you play, I've got control there of cutoff, and I've also got control of resonance as well. So if I just change the resonance slightly and then go back to the cutoff wheel again. So if you've got if you're playing something, as you play, you can.
So it really opens up the sounds there, doesn't it? So there's quite a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, there's an extra dimension there as you're playing, and you can set these to do whatever you want. There's so many different things on there. So it is a keyboard. It's a fantastic performance keyboard. We're almost really into synthesizer territory here because the effects do an awful lot. We've got something here called active DSP, which you can get to just with one button. So let's choose a different sound. Let's choose, for example, let's go for a guitar. So let's just flick through here. Okay, first one up. Sort of standard guitar sound. It's as it suggests. It's a very clean lead guitar sound.
So as if you were sort of having a guitar with you, plugging straight into the amp.
Yeah. Now that's a great point because all guitarists will plug into an amp. They'll also plug into maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 pedal boards, depending upon what they want to do. And that really is, if you want a good electric guitar sound, you need all that stuff. Now, with keyboards previously, we've always what we call sampled that. So we've sampled the distortion guitar, or we've sampled the guitar going through what we call delay, which is echo. And that's been fine, but the great thing about playing the real instrument is you've got all those effects to change and manipulate and make your own sound with. With DSP, you now have that in the keyboard. So let's go into active DSP. And there are 100 different effects now that we can go through. Now, if I choose, I don't know, any of these really, let's just choose something like this. Listen to the difference that the sound now has with an effect enabled. So that's the same clean guitar sound that we had earlier, but it's now got this fantastic effect to it. And you can change those. So if I go into parameter, you can see I've got amp simulations. I've also got delay, which is the echo. If I wanted a bit more delay, just go into the settings and we'll choose feedback.
So you can really fine tune all the different elements.
Yep.
So you can really create your own sound there, can't you?
Absolutely. There we go. So here's feedback level. So if you want more delay, a longer echo, just increase the feedback level.
That's still going.
Yeah, it's still going. You're in a stadium by now. So it's incredible, really, what you can do with it. So lots of sounds. Some sounds that we've had on here for the very, very first time. I was having a look at some of these earlier. If we go right the way back to things like pianos, some of these sounds we've taken from CT-S1, which was a very popular keyboard. Really nice, clever layering sounds. So I've got one here called Advanced Piano Pad. Now, if you play it, well, you think, where's the piano? Where's the pad in that?
Yeah, it does sort of sound fairly sort of simple and sort of a straight sort of piano sound there, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and it's programmed to react to the way you play. So if you play collections of maybe 2 or 3 notes, you won't get a pad until you play bigger chords. Really nice because you can play big chords. You a lot more flexibility with what you're doing. I mentioned new sounds as well. So we've got a few sounds on here for the very first time. As you can see here, lots and lots of different pianos, some with some great effects. We've got now modulation piano. Again, great for for electronic music and new age piano.
So you can certainly hear those pads underneath, can't you?
Yeah, you've got a piano there and a lovely sort of pad with the phaser effect as well. So, lots and lots to explore in terms of sounds. We've also got a lot of what we call rhythms and automatic accompaniments. So you can really, go to town with some of these. We've got some new styles for the first time. Things like future disco here. We've got beat with so lots there that you can really use to create some fantastic arrangements and there's not much programming to it. The nice thing about this is that it's hands-on much of the time, lots of controls there, very straightforward to use as well.
Fantastic. So you've got it basically band in a box to an extent. You sort of set
Yes,
the rhythm and then you just sort of play a chord underneath and it'll basically create that music around for you.
You have. And it doesn't really matter what style of music that you like to play. Can be oldies right the way through to maybe creating your own stuff. There's a lot in here for pretty much any musician.
Fantastic. So, I mean, just looking here, I can see there's a lot of different sort of connectivity on the back. So you can see all the sort of line-ins and everything as well. Can I see an expression pedal plug-in as well?
Yeah, you can. So we've currently got a sustain pedal plugged in, but you can also at the same time plug in another pedal, which is expression. So expression pedals give you a lot of flexibility. You can control the volume of the keyboard as you play. You can also link that expression pedal to DSP effects. So earlier on I was using the knobs to control the cutoff and things like that. Well, you can assign the same function to your foot with the expression pedal.
So it frees up your hands to really sort of get playing and then you've got the control with your foot.
Absolutely. So, going back to guitars, a lot of guitarists might have a wah pedal. Yeah. You can do exactly the same thing on the keyboard here.
Fantastic. So we've got the line-ins as well.
Line outputs, yes, that's right. You were right. There is an audio input as well. But we've got line outputs. They are useful if you want to connect to a PA system. If you're taking this to a gig or something, or if you're just at home and you want to make some very nice recordings, some noise-free recordings to your mixer or your audio interface. line outputs are really essential to have.
And obviously, if you've got it split as well, it really does help with the live aspects of it as well. So I can also see that there's USB ports and connectivity as well.
Yeah, so there's lots of connectivity here. We've got USB, which means you can connect this to a PC or a Mac or an iPad or an iPhone, pretty much anything really. And we use that for MIDI. So, this is obviously a touch-sensitive keyboard. You can use it as a controller. All the live controls, so the controls here and over here, they will all actually transmit what we call MIDI CC data, which essentially means that you can use these to control functions on your sequencer, on your computer, which is fantastic. We've also, for USB, we've got USB storage connectivity. So, you can plug a USB thumb drive into this. If you do that, it means you can save all your settings. It also means you can sample as well, because there's actually a sampler in here. So if you've got like a little snippet of something that you want to use as a sound or make it a feature, you can do that. It's very easy to do. And we've got Bluetooth audio. Now, in the box, along with the keyboard, comes a tiny little USB dongle. And you just pop that into the back of the keyboard, and that gives you Bluetooth connectivity. So that means you can stream audio from, say, if you've got on your phone, you can pretty much use this as a fantastic Bluetooth
It could even play along as well.
Yeah, you can play along to it. You can sample it as well. And it will also do Bluetooth MIDI. So basically that means that you can send note data from here into your Mac or into your iPad without any connection at all.
So you can use that with a DAW and basically use it as an audio, like an audio device, can't you? A MIDI keyboard, as it were.
Yeah, you can use it as a MIDI keyboard, which is fantastic. There is an option here if you want to turn the speakers off, just to use it as a MIDI keyboard and control soft synths. You can do. Of course, you've got sustain pedal. You've got the live controls. You don't have to be using the internal sounds to use these. These could be controlling synth features on your DAW. So it really is a really great all-rounder instrument for the studio.
Fantastic. So there's a lot going on there in this sort of small bit of kit, actually, isn't it? Really. So it is really impressive.
There's a lot to do. I mean, we could talk for hours about all the features. We've got 5-track recorder on here as well. You've got registrations. Registrations, by the way, are a great way of going back to a favorite combination of sounds that you might have. So say, for example, you set up with a particular tone, you think, oh, that's great, I don't want to lose that. Well, you don't have to, because we've got registrations. And what they do is they pretty much, it's like a screenshot of the keyboard. So, when you've got something you like, you screenshot it as a registration and then save it in a memory.
So you can easily record it on stage once you found all the settings, saves faffing around on stage and sort of selecting all those settings.
Absolutely.
One button, off you go.
Yeah, one button press, bang, you're done, and the whole keyboard changes setting. So very, very good.
So thank you very much to Dr. Chris for coming and joining us today and giving us a lot more information about the CT-S500. If you've enjoyed the video, click like, leave some comments below and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.